Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe. Welcome to Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. This video is being filmed on Thursday night for Friday's trading. That's September 11th, 2009. I don't even like saying that date, but it is what it is. But hey, it's been 8 years now, right? Some time has passed. Okay, traders, we left off with the last video and we told you to follow the leaders, and they would be the Dow Transportation Average and the NASDAQ. Well, since then, and it's only been a couple of days, and we certainly have been following those leaders higher, I'm here to say parallel channels have gone wild, traders. Parallel channels gone wild. And you're going to see it in some charts in this video. Traders, parallel channels work really, really well. I have shown them to you in many of our hundreds and hundreds of videos, and it's very rare that they don't work out to call the market in the proper direction. So I want you to pay attention to the few charts I'm going to show you in a couple of moments. And remember the theme. Parallel channels gone wild. Follow the leaders, and they are the Dow Transportation Average and the NASDAQ. The Transportation Average, if you watched my last couple of videos, put in that beautiful bull flag and then broke out of the bull flag. There was also that nice double bottom in the Transportation Average with the bull flag, and it has since blown out. The NASDAQ has been in a parallel channel for more months than I can remember anything being in a parallel channel, and it's going higher. Now the S&P, which is also in a parallel channel, has developed a parallel channel within a parallel channel, and I could go on for indice after indice after indice around this world and show you that most of them are in parallel channels going straight up. So I want you to take a look at these charts coming up right now. Remember, traders, parallel channels gone wild. Let's go look at some charts. Okay, traders, what you are looking at is the Dow Jones Transportation Average Daily Bar. And as you may recognize, you've seen this chart in the last 2, if not 3 videos. It started off with the bull flag, and then we expected the breakout of the bull flag, and we did actually get that breakout. But traders, a flag itself is actually a parallel channel, because in order to have a flag, you need a parallel flag moving in the downward direction before it breaks out towards the upside. So you have a bull flag, which in essence is a parallel channel, and it begins to break out. Look how far we broke out. We're all the way up to here. But here's what's interesting. It's a parallel channel. Look at this. Top line, bottom line. And it's staying very smartly within that channel. So you had a flag and or parallel channel, which broke out and turned into another parallel channel, and it doesn't look like it wants to stop anytime soon. So I kid you not, parallel channels gone wild. You're looking at 2 right now that we've been able to call some fantastic trades from. Let's look at the next leader, the NASDAQ. Okay, traders, we are now looking at the December NASDAQ Daily Bar. And in this chart, you can see once again, and remember, this is the chart I've said. I've been showing this to you day after day, and sooner or later, some of you are going to start believing in it, right? Well, here it is once again, and clearly this is a monstrous parallel channel. We've been in it since March, the market lows, and we stayed within this parallel channel and behaved all the way up. Well, look at this. After hitting the bottom of this parallel channel, it also has now put in a new parallel channel pointing straight up, and the market just keeps behaving inside of this channel, and this looks like it's going to continue at least until it hits the top end up here. Now, the beginning of this week, traders, NASDAQ was under 1,600, and we talked about this thing going to 1,750. Well, we hit 1,683.75 just yesterday. So we are almost at the target that we thought we'd get to, and it's happening very quickly. That is a leader within 2 parallel channels. You have a parallel channel inside of a parallel channel. And once again, I will say, parallel channels gone wild, and they really do work well, traders. Now I'm going to show you the next chart, which is the S&P. And we used the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones Transportation Average to give us a gauge on direction in S&P. So let's go look at that chart now. Okay, traders, this chart now is the S&P December Daily Bar. And once again, parallel channels gone wild. You have a big parallel channel here. The market's been respecting the channel. And now, again, like many of the world's indices and the 2 I just showed you, we have a parallel channel within a parallel channel. And the market is behaving very well inside of this channel. And it too looks like it wants to continue moving higher. Now, we're not expecting this thing to go gangbusters, but we think day after day it'll just keep stair-stepping higher. Every now and then you get a bit of a pullback, but we are buyers of dips and buyers of pullbacks. Certainly going to be doing that tomorrow, Friday, at our site. Please come down and take a look at it. Traders, look at your parallel channels. They really, really do work well. We have been lucky enough to basically get long on the lows of the day every day this week based on that parallel channel. And there are thousands of Omniacs at the site that are learning about this and are using it to their advantage. So come on down to www.livewithoscar.com. Jump into the chat rooms and take a look for yourselves, because I'd like to show you these parallel channels, how well they work. Even if you break out of the channel, you can only drop down to about this one and then you'll bounce from it. So parallel channels are the flavor of the week and the flavor of the month. And according to these charts, they're actually the flavor of the past 5-6 months. So traders, take a look at your parallel channels, do your analysis, and make sure you come on down to the site. So traders, you see those charts, and is it parallel channels going wild or what? Yo, parallel channels going wild, baby! And I don't think this is going to stop. Traders, you remember the beginning of this month, I was bold enough to get in front of this camera and say September has a green Omni, a green arrow, and we expect September to be an up month, right? The last 2 or 3 Septembers have been horrific on the downside. And I said, according to the analysis I've done, I don't see that happening. Well, we're hitting September 11th, and it's been going up for this entire month so far. So go technical analysis, right? That is all analysis, baby. There is no crystal ball here. No one owns a crystal ball. There is no holy grail, but there is technical analysis, and it's about this close to owning a holy grail. So make sure you learn your analysis. Again, if you don't know how to do technical analysis, come on down to our site. You've got the address. Make sure you show up, and we'll teach you how to get the analysis right. Traders, on top of analysis, there's a huge amount of mentality that you have to know. In other words, the analysis teaches you how to plan a trade. Then the mentality teaches you how to trade that plan. And with that in mind, I had a YouTube comment the other day, and the guy wrote, "Hey, stops are for girls." And hey, I just want to say I got a really good laugh out of that comment. Stops are for girls. Could you imagine? I'm sure it was a joke, whoever wrote that. If it wasn't a joke, do us all a favor and write a check to charity. Write a check to a children's fund. Don't bother wasting it in the markets, because if you don't trade with stops, you're only going to give your money away. I'd prefer to see that you give it to some starving children around this world. Make a wish foundation. Write a check to anybody, but don't just give it to the markets by trading without stops. A stop is your best friend. And yes, they're for girls, they're for guys, they're for everyone who trades. So make sure you use your stops, because a stop is your best friend. Now, traders, I mentioned OmniCamp in our last video. OmniCamp is a 4-day session here in Vegas at the Omni compound, and it is going to be very intimate, traders. I am not allowing more than 10 of you maximum to come. We'll probably keep it more like 8 or 9, but the most we'll have is 10 of you, and it's going to be a very, very closed session, intimate session, where I will teach you many, many tricks, many things that I've learned throughout my 27, almost 28 years now, that, to be honest, I won't give out on a YouTube video on the free airwaves. So if you would like to be part of that, I believe there's only 3, maybe 2 slots left open. You come to our site. It's www.livewithoscar.com. Right at the home page, you'll see a banner where you can fill out an application, a questionnaire for OmniCamp. Again, it's October 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Coming up next month. Make sure you fill out your applications. There's a couple of slots left. We will approve you if, in fact, you are of the caliber where you can be sitting in this room with me. And if you answer the questions correctly, we will invite you on down. So make sure you take advantage of it, because the slots are going to be gone like that. Okay, traders, not much else I'm going to say to you in this video, because we got these markets booming out there. We are buying dips. Remember, parallel channels gone wild. Follow the leaders, which are the Dow Transportation and the NASDAQ. and stay in focus with these markets. Keep your emotions away from your trading. When you do your homework, don't worry about what the Fed did. Don't worry about what's in the newspapers. Forget about the talking heads on TV. Be pure with your analysis. Drop your opinions, drop your trading egos, and look at what's on the chart and simply trade what you see. I assure you the charts are a roadmap to the direction of the market coming shortly. If you're trading short term, absolutely the charts will tell you which way it's going to go for a day. If you're trading long term, the charts are easy. They're either pointing up or down. And I've showed you those videos before where I made a joke and said, if it starts here and works its way up to there, it's bullish. Don't confuse it with a bearish market. So if you're a long-term trader, that's an easy thing to figure out. For us guys who get in and out each day, it gets a little harder, but our money is safe because at the end of each evening, we're in cash. So no matter what happens in the world, we're not going to be exposed to it. We get back in the next day and we play the game, of course, with stops in at all times. So make sure you stay focused, be pure with your charts, keep your emotions out of trading at all times. And one of the best things you can do is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening. And you know what that is? Stops are in. Emotions are out. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided. That being said, I'm a 27-year seasoned trader on and off the trading floors. This is how I've made my living for many, many years.